Good afternoon, y'all, and welcome to today's episode of The Journal. I'm your host, Andrew Casement.
And I'm your host, Maxine Acosta. The Journal is our chance as broadcasting students to report our work out there.
That's absolutely right, Maxine. The Journal was created by students for students.
Today, we've got a great lineup for you. We'll be featuring some student work that will comfort the mind, body, soul, and even your appetite.
Well, let's jump right into it and get to our first documentary. This one features one of our former classmates who's gone on to try to rise to fame and fortune in the YouTube world. Stay tuned and enjoy.
I don't like to use the term viral video too much because whenever I think of someone saying, oh, you make viral videos, it sounds like I make videos that get a lot of views, and I don't. My name is Matthew Robinson, and I'm currently unemployed and working on making viral videos. Paying me for this or what? Well, the term viral video, basically, it just means internet video, but when they say something goes viral, they're meaning something went like big on the web, so I guess that's where it got its term from. I was in this movie called Unleashed, which is like a Toronto film. I had a few lines in that, and one of the video effects guys who was there was a guy named Thomas Sutherland, and he does all the Digitom stuff on YouTube, and his channel, I can't remember how much subscribers he had. He had a bunch, like he was still working on it, but like he wasn't really getting that much success off it, and he asked me, he's like, hey man, do you ever do any acting and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I do some ideas of some shorts and stuff I could do. And he's like, yeah, we should hang out one time and shoot something. So I was like, okay, sure. And then like a week later, I met up with him at his house. And the first time I ever went to his place, we shot this one short called Effing in There. And that was basically the second time I ever met him. We shot that. And it was really random because I didn't know when I went there that we were going to shoot something. I was just, I thought we were just chilling, having a beer, eating some barbecue, and just talking about like what we want to like do later. So then like we shot that. The editing and everything made it turn out much better than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't know how it was gonna be, and people seemed to like it. And then people like liked me in the video, and then he used me a couple times more after that. And I kind of started like being more steady and just being in a lot more Digitom videos, and from that I made my own YouTube channel, and a lot of subscribers from Digitom subscribed to my channel, and I kind of just took off from there. I guess a good rule would be try not to make your video too long. Usually if I see a video that's like got over, like if it's over like 5 minutes, I just kind of like, nah. Second rule would be probably to have some sort of grab early on in the video. Like if nothing gets their attention within the first like 20 seconds or so, like probably should edit it better or think of something quicker that you can put in there. And if you have a good YouTube page, like the layout of your page, good background stuff, that usually gets people to subscribe more too. If they look at your page, see like, oh wow, this guy looks legit. They have like writing in Arial font that's in color, cool, and they have pictures of them doing crazy wacky faces, and they say Woody videos every Wednesday. I'm going to take you around the day of my life. Okay, so I usually get up at 11 or 12. I go for a walk. This is good stuff we got here. This is gonna get us a million views, guys. Watch, a million views right here. Greg, that's a weird name, cat. Greg, it's a weird cat name. See you, Greg. Seriously, like, big, because like Tom's girlfriend, right? Huge tits, instant views. Face, not really attractive, right? But big tit. It's important.
That's why they get all their views, right?
Yeah, no, it's actually important. Like tits and cats are actually catalysts sometimes, not all the time, right? To videos. I usually go to convenience store, get a couple scratch cards, scratch tickets, lose on those. Usually those. I drink beer every day. That's important. If you want to be good at doing viral videos, it's important to keep yourself drunk at all times.
Well, that was just fantastic. Let's hope this feature gets Matt a few more hits.
This is totally going on YouTube.
Maxine, we're already on the internet.
But you can never have too much B-roll, Andrew.
Yeah, you're right. Well, let's just move on. Our next piece is about the mother of one of our classmates. A true homemaker and a born mother figure, Mama Vaughan is one incredible woman. Let's take a look.
It was completely from the very minute I met her. So normal, so welcoming.
She definitely brought out the more artistic side of my personality.
I definitely was born to be a mother.
For 21 years, I have watched my mom be our family's caretaker. 6 years ago, she sustained a hip injury, and last year, a total hip replacement. But despite this, her glowing spirit and innate homemaking abilities have been affected, but not diminished.
The first thing I do when I get up is I wrap my foot and I go outside and I put the bird seed around, I put the peanuts around, I make sure the suet's back out, clean out the bird baths. Then I come in and make tea for everyone, make everyone's lunch, then clean up the dishes, and then I start my day. I do a little bit of the crossword, in between, but then you start the washing, making beds, cleaning up, making a house a home. My passion is definitely decorating. When people come home from a long day at work or school, I want them to walk into the house and go, oh, it's my sanctuary. I feel at home, I feel safe, and it's just a nice atmosphere to recharge.
While returning home from a business trip to China, my 24-year-old brother had the opportunity to recharge in his completely redecorated room that my mom had surprised him with.
It's definitely great to have a mother that really cares about you like that. It was just a nice surprise, because it's something that, as a young guy, I'm never going to redecorate my own room. It's not a priority on my list, so it's great to have that.
The candles are lit, the music's going, dinner's ready. That's a really nice atmosphere.
Growing up, I never fully appreciated just how loving and giving my mom really was. Not just to her own kids, but to any one of our friends.
You walk through my front door, you become one of my children. You are more than welcome, and I will make you feel that way.
And it's just great to be here. Just another home away from home. If that's like so cliche to say, but that's exactly what it is. I live down the street, and it still feels like welcoming no matter what.
One of the most important lessons my mom has taught me was that life is truly a gift, and to always remember to celebrate the magic of life.
Life is important, and the magic of celebrating every single day of your life is important. Whether it's Valentine's Day, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Easter, whether it's a birthday.
Mom, you were my first teacher, the wisest, smartest woman I ever met. You showed me everything from how to spot a rainbow to recognizing the beauty of a single flower. You knew how to teach me about the most beautiful things in life because you're one of them.
It just makes me miss my own mom.
Oh, Andrew. You know that teddy bear's been probably in the studio for decades, right?
Reminds me of home.
Well, since you miss your mommy so much, let's get on with the next documentary so you can catch a glimpse of her.
All right, let's do it. This piece is one that I created about a shoemaker named Alan Moore. He's helped lots of people finally find a shoe that fits just right, including my own mother.
Hi, I'm Alan Moore, president and owner of Johnson Brothers Shoes. We make orthopedic shoes, and we've been in business for well over 50 years. Patients are generally referred to us by their doctor or a surgeon, and they would come in to us with a prescription. We would evaluate them. We would give them a gait analysis and find out their medical problems relating to their feet and what we can do to help them. So these are all our customers' lasts. We have about 3,000 regular customers. We keep the lasts on file for 5 years unused. If they don't have a pair for 5 years, we take them out. So most of these are current customers. We measure them, cast them if necessary. We take a whole bunch of measurements of their feet. We take impressions of their feet for the orthotics. Once we've done all that, we would select the style of the footwear that they like. They can either choose from what we have here, or we can bring in a picture that we can work with.
Just somewhat like that. They don't have to be exactly
Velcro,
like that.
Velcro, yeah, that's all right.
That works?
Yeah, we can do that.
When I was a baby, I had polio sometime between birth and 1 year old. And what was discovered when my first pair of shoes were purchased, that one foot was smaller than the other. Through the years, I've had to buy 2 pairs of shoes and throw away the other halves. Had a number of surgeries. I used to walk entirely on my toes, and so one of the surgeries took the cord out of the back of my thumb, put it in my back of my foot, my leg, so that my foot can go down flat. And then I had other surgeries where the toes were like this from the polio, and were able to straighten them out with pins. And so all of these surgeries have helped to make the foot the best the foot can be. And now Alan has gone the extra 50 miles and made the shoes the comfort that I need.
We're certainly not in it for the money. It's the reward that we get from seeing people hobble in here with multiple foot problems and walk out with a smile on their face. And that's really what it's all about. For me anyway, it lifts me up and it makes me feel that I'm doing something worthwhile, and it makes me feel good to be able to help people walk properly and in comfort.
Here we go. These are her shoes here.
I wore those shoes in the Grand Canyon.
In the Grand Canyon. Those were her first pair of running shoes.
I was 50 years old before I had a new pair of running shoes. Any pair of running shoes.
Yeah,
Before I
and
owned
Alan
any.
made them.
And I went down in the Grand Canyon in those. And now they both belong.
They are well worn, aren't they? My goodness, looks like you've been cutting the grass in them and everything.
Well, I have been. Otherwise, I can't cut the grass in anything else or my feet will be sore. And so after I stopped wearing them for running shoes for good, they become my mowing the lawn shoes. I would say to him that I hope he never retires, because folks that have foot issues like I do, if you don't have somebody like Alan, it makes all the difference in the world in your day-to-day life.
Wow, I can't believe what a long way your mother's stride has been with the help of Alan Moore.
Oh, it's true. He's played a big role, completely changed her life.
Well, since we're on the topic of helping other people, let's introduce the next piece.
All right, this next documentary is focused on a small stable that makes a big difference. As a therapeutic riding center, CARD has made an impact on a number of lives.
Here's to hoping that it continues to do so. Check it out here in the journal.
Well, CARD is a therapeutic riding service. Basically, we use horses for therapy for various kinds of disabilities.
What is special about CARD is it's not clinical. A lot of our riders, particularly if they have significant medical challenges or they're in the acute phases of their treatment and recovery, spend an awful lot of time in hospitals and waiting rooms, and that's cold and sterile, and they paint cartoons on the wall and try and make it cheerful, but at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. And here it's wood and dirt and shavings, and there's a cat that lives here, and it's not just what happens on the side of the barn where the horses are, but up in our lounge. We have soft furnishings, the colors are specific. It feels not necessarily like a home, but it's certainly not sterile.
It's that one absolute moment where they're the same as everybody else. But it's that interaction and that bonding with that animal that is so intense. There are horses that you and I may not be able to ride, but if you put a child or an adult with a disability on that horse, it will know. And it will do exactly what it's supposed to do.
It's that feeling of inclusion, which is very important to us here. And as I said earlier, we're all people. That's just what it is. And some people need different things to fit into the world because of the way the world is built, but that doesn't mean that we don't all have a place.
We're here once a week throughout throughout 9 months, and then in the summer we're here usually for summer camp. When she was little, she was very shy, and it was great for her to have to give commands to the horses so they would do what she wanted them to do, and she had to speak up. You could hardly hear her when she was speaking, so she had to speak up to give commands, and she had to give actions and be forceful in a way to make sure the horse knows what she wants him or her to do.
Outside of our volunteers, what CARD needs to keep the operation going is lots of money, because the horses eat a lot, the horses need care through veterinarians. So our budget is about $750,000 a year right now, which is pared down from what it used to be because of funding issues. But we need certainly a fair bit of money just to keep the lights on and keep the horses fed and healthy.
Our current struggle is one of survival in terms of dollars and cents, and I hate to keep on coming back to that, but we will always have the people that need us. We will always have the horses. We will have the volunteers. But if we don't have the dollars and cents to keep, the doors open, that's the struggle.
Whenever we can, we go to every fundraiser there is, or we help them fundraise money. I have neighbors that I've involved in helping for a cardathon, which is always a big event. We sell, things for card when there is anything to be promoted.
Never mind the physical good, there's that whole mental and emotional good that is going on at the same time.
What a tight-knit horse riding community. You can really tell that the people that care a lot about each other and the whole system.
They really do, Andrew. Our next piece also focuses on a tight community.
Right you are, Maxine. The Hamilton's Farmer Market is a place with not only delicious food and great prices, but great people as well.
This next piece will have your stomach rumbling. Stay tuned after this documentary for our musical guest, Reid. Let's watch the clip.
Founded in 1837, the Hamilton Farmers Market has been an important part of the city's diet for over 175 years.
Buttrams have been at the Hamilton Farmers Market since the 1800s.
About 22 years now.
Yeah. 54 years this year. Yeah.
In my 8th year now.
The stall has been here since February, just over a year.
The Hamilton Farmers Market recently underwent a renovation in 2011. I decided to find out what the people who work and shop at the market think about the new design.
It attracted a lot of people to come down and check it out and see what it's like. A little mixed reviews on it. A lot of people really love it. Some people, not so much.
Well, let's just say, I think they could have put our taxpayers' monies towards something else.
There's definitely more people shopping here and more younger people, which is nice to see.
I didn't like the renovation. They put some people at the back that used to be at the front, and there's too much politics involved in it now.
That clock's been there since, well, it's not been there, but it's been around since before I was a little boy, so yeah.
The Burke's clock is beautiful. I get to watch it every day, which is excited. The windows, the amount of natural light that's being brought in instead of a lot of the fluorescence, instead of the, the incandescence, everything else it's much nicer. I find it's a brighter place. It looks cleaner. I love the community kitchen, as mentioned.
It doesn't seem as accessible, and there don't seem to be as many people here.
Yeah, I think they did a great job. I've lived in Hamilton for over 30 years, and I've shopped here since I was a kid. And I think they really did a good job. It's bright, it's open, it's airy, it's very modern, but still retains that kind of like grassroots farmers market like aesthetic. So I think it's positive change.
Although the people at the market disagree about the renovation, they are a tightly knit group who cares deeply for each other.
Most of the time you're dealing right with the farmer, the grower, the butcher. Yeah, you get them more personalized.
Get good fresh produce. It's a meeting place. I just think it's an important part. We've got to promote our own agriculture.
As much for a sense of community as anything else. There are some unique items here you can't get in other places.
When you go to like different stores or shops now, you don't get that personal touch anymore. Everybody's just like, they scan it and they hardly even talk to you really. It's just they scan and they give you the price and thank you. But here we're more on a personal level. It's like a family.
It seems like grocery stores are really trying to encompass all levels of a retail location. And for instance, like Walmart's now have grocery stores in them, and they've gone from a department store to like a department store / grocery store. And I think that just like a restaurant, I think you can either do one thing well or a bunch of things subpar. And I find that that's what the kind of quality you get in a grocery store is often less quality than you might get directly from a farmer's market.
Probably just the community. We're all working together. We're all small businesses. I've always been a big fan of promoting and supporting small business, small local environments. I don't shop at large stores. I'm not a big name brand person myself, and I like to support those who are going on their own entrepreneurs and small businesses. It's 80% of our own economy is run by small business.
No, it's just, it's different here. You get to do not what you want because you still work, but it's more fun.
As a new chapter unfolds in the market's history, it is clear that it will stand to live at least another 100 years.
It's moving forward. You gotta grow it downtown and revitalize. So it was a starting point, I think, for the downtown core.
So overall, there's going to be some things that you're not going to like in any situation, but it's about making the best out of it. I love what they've done.
Hey Andrew, what do you think of the renovation?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really sure, seeing as how I've never been to the market before or after the reno.
Even if the market's community can't agree, at least they're still doing their job and making me hungry.
Well, you won't have to wait too much longer to go eat. Just before we wrap up, though, we have one last treat in store for you.
Please give a warm welcome to today's musical guest, Reid. Take it away, Eric.
You're where all the poets go. You're where all the ashes blow. You're the kind of maker that makes the whole world come true. My baby, she's inside me now. I made her a place to settle down. It's close to my heart. She likes the sound. It's 20 minutes out of town. An airline water breaking fast in New York City. Low on cash, another week, and you'll be back, and you'll be saying home at last. But don't act broken, even when you're broken. It's just one of those things. Thank God you're timeless, 'cause my watch got stolen. It's the good stuff that you bring. And don't be crushed. This city will always bug you, baby. I know for me it does. does the same. It's pretty, I suppose, from inside a plane that's heading for another place. But wave and blow me one more kiss. You're a dead-eye baby you'd never miss. There's not much else as sweet as this. I waved so hard I broke my wrist. But don't act broken, even when you're broken. It's just one of those things. Thank God you're timeless, 'cause my watch got stolen. It's the good stuff that you bring. And
Well, thank you for that great performance, Eric.
And thanks to our viewers for joining us today on The Journal.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got for today, so get out of here. Just go.
Thank you for watching.
Stop watching.